Hey guys, thanks for joining in. My name is Andrew. Today I'm here to help you guys with some at-home tips to provide you during these crazy times to get through until the next time in the barbershop. So first I'm going to start off with what clips I use and what clippers I use on the day-to-day. So I use here a wall magic clip. Now this is wireless. You do not need wireless. They sell these on Amazon and all stores that beauty stores that you get from online shipping now. I recommend a wall, that's just what I use every day and I've been using forever. Then you have here your wall detailer. This is a trimmer. This is to go around the ears, the neckline, line up under the beard, on top, shape ups, wherever you need to sharpen up the sides of your hair. And then you have your clips, 1 through 8 here. They're pretty standard, 1 being the shortest, 8 being the longest. So I've had a lot of questions now how to do a skin fade, just a trim, a beard trim, even up to an eyebrow trim. So I want to start with simple tips just to help you guys. So how they work is, this is going to be the buzzer that is going to be doing mostly of the work. So you have your whole number here, which if you put on a 4, you could put on any clip. If you put on a 4 clip, just say, this lever up is a 4. Now, if you move this down, you'll see inside here, which I'll take off, those teeth open up. Now that clip becomes a 4.5. Now this is a 4.5. Right here, you have a 4.5. Now that goes for any clip. So a lot of guys that just want to trim the top, scared to take, pretty much all the hair off. And for those that don't have anybody at home that can scissor their top, I recommend taking an 8 clip, putting it on. I would put the lever up just to be safe for an 8.5. Now, when you put this clip to your head, your hair length coming out of the top is going to be the true length that gets cut from this clip. You could go over your hair 150 times. It is not going to get shorter the 150th time. It is going to stay the true length throughout the whole time. So with that being said, take the 8 on top and go, if you were to slick your hair back in that motion. That is going to get a trim. Now, if you take it against the grain and you, like I said, if you go 150 times, that same length is going to be, it's not going to get any shorter. Being that it's going back and your hair isn't getting fed into the clipper, it's going to just trim it. It's not going to be even. It is going to be just a trim that you could get through, take some bulk out, and tame some loose ends. Now, once you have your trimmer, this is always recommended to use last. Do not try trimming up first. So I'll start from the top down to the bottom on the sides now. Now, say you used an 8 on the top. For myself, my last haircut, I had a skin fade. So you have a nice chunk here in between that is still a length that isn't going to be grown out to its full potential yet. So I would start with a baseline around a 6 or a 5, depending on the length that you see, to create that base. Take that from peak to peak around your whole head, and now you have a 6 at the top. Now, to keep this simple and to not jack up anybody's high and tight fades or a tape up fade or anything like that, just keep it simple now until we get back into the barbershop, and we'll take you from there. But use this now if you were to walk down steps. Say you start with a 6, now you go to the 5.5. Now you take these clips a little bit below each level inside the frame of the head. Now you will hear the clip cutting the hair, and that's your sign of knowing if you're cutting way too much or if you're cutting just enough. Now you should see a little bit amount of hair coming off as you come down. Now, when you come down, you're going to be minimizing the longer length of hair that is on the base of it now, or under the base. So as you come down from a 4, you want to take a 3.5 and clean out a little bit more. Now you take the 3. Now the 3 is 1 notch under. So take the 3 and you come down a little bit more. Then, just to play it safe, take the 2.5. 2.5 up, lever up, and just come down a little bit more. Then take the 2 and go down, just like a domino effect. You keep it smooth all the way down. Now, for a lot of people that I see that send me pictures right now, I see which I know, which is okay. It's perfectly fine. You know, you guys are not experts. That's why I'm here to help you guys. So when you guys put this clip to the head, you always want to make sure you're keeping that same motion on the head. You don't want to take it off and then place it over here and then place it here. You want to keep the same smooth fading transition as you're working the hair. Because if you don't, you're going to see shadows of darker hair. That is most likely from people taking the clipper off the side of the head and not keeping the place, you know, onto the side of the head. So that's a tip that I see a lot. Now, obviously, the shorter that you go with these clips, they're going to get more aggressive. Be careful. The 1.5, it takes off very fast. It takes off very quickly. So just, you know. But now, here we go with another simple tip. Now, right here, you have this length that is going to create, but the hair will not cut until it gets into these blades. So keep in mind that if you start putting the hair in here, it is not going to cut it. The teeth and the hair have to meet for that to cut. Now, for a lot of people that turn on the clipper and they hear a crazy crunchy noise, chances are these teeth right here, these bottom teeth, are above this back blade that I'm about to, right there. So these, you have two sets. You have the front row and then you have the back row. This front row, mandatory to keep lower than that top blade. If you do not, you will see a lot of scratches and red marks and possibly a butcher scene there. So make sure when you turn on your clipper that your front row is nicely staggered with the back. It is not overlapping. So when you come down to do a hole, your bottom teeth aren't hanging over. That's why a lot of guys turn on the clipper after the clip is on. Also because you'll be able to hear if the blade is running smooth. Smooth running, okay. Now, for those that are looking to maintain a cleansed beard and, you know, a nice groomed facial hair, this is Cool Care. You guys can order it off Amazon. This lubes, cleans, everything. I recommend ordering that as well. For somebody that is trimming a beard. Now, for those that have a longer beard, I do a 1 on my beard. I go with the grain. It takes off the true length right to it. For those that have a longer beard right now, they're a little skeptical on taking off some length. First of all, if you guys have a beard that you can comb out the beard, make sure it is wet. All hair is always its true length when it's wet. If you cut hair when it's dry, it's not going to be easy to maintain holding it in your hand. Also, it's not going to be the true length that you're cutting. So for those that have a longer beard, what I recommend is taking the A-clip, putting it on, and going down with the beard. Now, this is going to take off the stragglers. This is just going to maintain some bulkiness and help you get by. Now, if you take that guard and you go up, that is taking off the true length of the beard, just like the hair. Always recommend going down with it. That's with the grain. Against the grain is where the hair is getting fed directly into these clips and they are just cutting. When you go down, you are kind of just skimming the edge and you are taking out the bulk and the stragglers. Now, if you don't hear anything, obviously this is a 5 here, try a 4. You could always take off, you can't put back on. So always start with a longer clip no matter what. Any section, beard, hair, eyebrows, whatever it is. For the shape ups, for the people that don't understand that this buzzer does not do it all. This buzzer cuts the sides, the tops, and pretty much all the hair. This is your trimmer that is going to be helping you out throughout around the perimeter of your hair, your ears, your nose, the back of your neck, under the beard, any lineup that you need, shape up, this will have you. Now, these are usually called outliners. They have T outliners. I am a go-to wall guy. I've been using wall forever now. Always consistent, always reliable, sharp cuts, just amazing, great branding all around. I could always rely on wall. So my recommendation, wall. Again, these are wireless. You do not need wireless. A good trimmer, you always want to keep it lubed up. Do not put this thing underwater. This is not a toothbrush. This is not soap. You do not wash this with soap either. This is electronically. Don't put it underwater. If you see it rusting, don't use it. Again, same thing with the teeth. If the teeth are below the top blade, that's a go. If you see the teeth coming over the top, definitely don't use this clipper. This thing is compared to a butcher knife. If those teeth are unaligned, I definitely don't recommend it. I've been called a lot this week for skin fades. I don't recommend a skin fade, especially if you've never done one before. I recommend starting with a 2, put the 2, you know, create a nice baseline if you want. You could fade up, you could fade down, whatever you feel confident with. You could watch more YouTube videos on fading techniques. Right now, I'm just here to talk to you and help you verbally know techniques of cutting right now. I don't have any mannequins. I don't have anybody in my house that could cut. So unfortunately, I could only verbally teach. So with that being said, a 1.5 also for people that are looking for eyebrow trim. My go-to on that is a 1.5. Again, put the 1 clip on, extend the clip up, leverage it. Again, make sure the clip is not making any crunchy, funky noise from the teeth rubbing. If you do, you can always take a screwdriver, a Phillips head, adjust these a little bit. Use them. How you can is put it flat to a countertop and then kind of move the back one out a little bit. And then look from the side. You could always see the blade staggered better from the side. Tighten the screws. Be careful when you tighten the screws. Sometimes the first blade can move. So if you have the Cool Care, this is lube again, cleansing. Order this off Amazon. It's probably $7-8. It'll last you forever. Again, it's to clean, lube, and keep the buzzers moving smooth. Now, for anybody that is looking to just do a shape up, a clean up around the ears, just turn this on. Do not bring that line up to the bottom of the ear. All that hair is supposed to be there. Do not, please leave that hairline as low as possible. It's a little funny looking at somebody with a square neck up to the back of their ear. So again, now when you're coming over the ear, you kind of want to start in the front and work your way around. Pull the ear down and slightly go around the perimeter of the hairline. Do not get funky and crazy with this stuff. This trimmer has no guards on it. It will cut immediately. Hopefully I'm helping you guys out with little tips here and there. I'll recap a few little simple tips for you guys. Again, this is for any clip that you put on. Say you put on a 6, this is a 6, now it's a 6.5. 6, 6.5. Just that lever right there. Every clipper has it. If it doesn't, that clipper is usually meant for balding. Balding, what I mean is, it's just gonna take your hair completely off. There's no halves. Wall does make a balding clip for anybody that is looking for some kind of trimmer that just completely does buzzes. Again, you will not see a leverage here. That clipper is called a wall balding clip. So these are pretty much my go-to. Obviously, I had my barbershop needs, my cape, my neck strips, you know, my scissors, my comb, things that I can't use right now. For anybody that is experiencing somebody at home with them with some scissor techniques that I have past experience with, you could directly contact me on my social media. You could reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you guys. I'm actually looking forward to helping you guys, for you guys reaching out and continuing to reach out. I appreciate it. Hopefully this video helps. If there's anything, like I said, reach me out at Evil the Barber on social media. We were contacted at Evil Fades Barbershop. We have a location in Red Bank. We have a location in Millstone that we can't wait to get back to operating during these crazy times. It's crazy to see people at home cutting their hair. So again, I'm here to help. Reach out. I hope you guys are staying safe. Look forward to seeing anybody soon, and talk to you guys later. Thanks.